beautiful friend. I'm so glad that you decided to come over. I heard just from hearing your voice and from what you said on the phone that you're having a really hard time. Is that right? Yeah. Lots of life changes, big events going on. Yeah. It's been a hard time, it feels like, for a lot of people right now. You mentioned that you wanted to do some Reiki, is that right? Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's just devote this session to you. How about that? Helping you be able to navigate these big changes, grieve these losses in your own perfect time. You mentioned that you were having a hard time with family support too, is that right? I'm so sorry that they're not being as supportive as they should. Do you need a place to stay for a couple of days? Well, you know that you're always welcome here. Yeah? You want to stay? Awesome. Okay. All right, well, then I'll make up the spare room for you just like usual, right? Okay. All right, when we get done, I'll just fix some food so that you can have some food in your belly. And we can just hang out until bedtime. Is that all right? Okay. All right. Let's get started. Let's get you comfortable first. Do you want your recliner or would you prefer my massage table? Recliner. Okay. Do you want a blanket? Gotcha. Oh, you're okay right now. All right. Let me just put a little Afghan on the side of your chair here. Okay. Just put that just on your armrest, okay? So if you get cold, just grab it. Sometimes it gets a little breezy in here. Okay. All right. Do you need anything else, like a drink of water? Anything to eat at all? Okay. All right. I put next to your chair, there's just a little basket of some snacks. I know sometimes when I get really nervous or stressed, it gets hard for me to eat, but I like to graze during that time. So there's some granola bars in here. There's some packs of peanut butter crackers. There's some packs of cookies in there, protein bars. I think there's also some protein shake mixes in there as well that are prepackaged. Some little packs of candy. So if anything strikes your fancy in there, don't mind me. It won't bother me if you eat during this, okay? Okay. I also put some bottled water next to you. And then next to you, there's also a cooler with some soda if you prefer, right? There's also some fruit juices. All right, let's get comfy. Do a nice quiet session today. So just intuitively feeling into your aura. You can just intuitively feel some stress like we suspected. I also feel like I'm feeling a little bit of stagnation and some blockages in some of your chakras. So I feel like if we work on those key things, get the blockages removed, move out that stagnation, you'll start to feel a little bit better too. Does that sound like a good plan? Good. Okay. All right, let's get started then. I'm just gonna go slow tonight. So I've got here one of my favorite sprays. This is the Rose and Amber from our sacred local TJ Maxx. One of my favorite scents. We're just going to spray all around you. Over your head. receiving those scents into your aura. I'm going to set the intention that this just helped loosen some of that energy. Blow your feet. Behind you. Over behind you again, just on your right side. And in front of you. Okay, very good. Okay, I have here 2 pieces of my Himalayan sea salt. And I just want to specifically work in these areas of the chakras where I'm feeling some of these blockages. Specifically, I'm feeling some like up in the crown, also feeling some like around the heart and the solar plexus space, and definitely also around the root. So let's just start above the head. I'm just going to connect with this space. Setting the intention that we just very gently remove any areas of stagnation, blockages. Some of that energy, channeling Reiki into this space for the purposes of just dissolving some of those blockages, bringing in the energy of clear-headedness, clarity, being able to navigate these spaces, choices that you have to make in the coming days with ease and grace and peace. Just a little bit more. All right, just channeling in at the same time. Okay. Just moving that stagnation and blockage energy out of the way. Okay. Make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay. Just checking your third eye here before we move on. Feels good. Okay. So now we're going to move to your heart space. So often when just big changes are going on, big life choices are taking place, just a lot of upheaval in general, a lot of times the heart can kind of take a bit of a hit. So just connecting with this space, just very gentle. Moving some of that debris out of the way. Feels like we're almost there. Just a little bit more. Just channeling into the heart space. Sending in Reiki energy for the purposes of softening the heart space. Moving any of these blockages. Just a little bit more. Almost there. Okay, there we go. I feel like some of this is also linked to almost like anticipatory grief, if that makes sense. Like grieving before the event actually happens, but anticipating it, knowing that it is. Just sending some extra healing into the heart. Okay. All right, so just feeling your chakras. Okay. So feeling the solar plexus, it's just right up underneath your rib cage, just above your belly button. This is kind of our place of self-esteem, of knowing ourselves. Sometimes during a big change, we can definitely not lose sight of who we are, but sometimes, especially if it's a change in relationship, if it's a change in a big life circumstance, something with a partner, it can make us question ourselves. Ooh, am I that same person that I was when this relationship first started? Ooh, who am I now? I can always tell it's Mercury retrograde when I start stumbling over my words. So let's connect with the solar plexus and remove this blockage that I'm feeling so that you can reestablish that sense of self with very easy peace and grace. Trina agrees. Energy move, but also channeling some additional Reiki energy into this space. Just a little bit more. Just very gentle. solar plexus is feeling good. Just channeling just some additional Reiki energy into this space. Just setting the intention that you can establish your sense of self at any time. You've always known who you are. Okay. As we've worked, it's feeling like the root is starting to come back online. I'm starting to sense some of that energy that felt very overstimulated or almost like overactive in terms of the chakra being overactive. It doesn't feel that way now. I'm just going to tap into the root just to make sure that that's balanced. I don't feel any blockage, but I feel the need to just rattle in this area for just a minute. Channeling some additional Reiki energy into the root. Perfect. Good. Okay, let me just dutifully scan the chakras once more. Perfect. Okay. All right. We have here our baby rattle here. Very quiet, very gentle. Now that we've pushed all of that energy of blockages, all that energy of stagnation up to the surface of your aura, and now let's just very gently rattle through the aura to push that all the way out. Just very gentle. Very gentle. Very gentle. Go around your back, but I'm also feeling some tension and tightness kind of around like the sides of your neck as well as the back of your neck, tops of the shoulders. I'm going to focus there as well. It's like one of your meridians might be a bit clogged here. All right, so starting down the back of the head. Down the back of your neck. Tops of your shoulders. Sides of your neck. Other side of your neck. Down your spine. selenite wand. Now that everything has been pushed out, I'm just going to very gently call forward any remaining energies that's unsupportive. Let's think of this selenite as almost like a magnet that's going to pull anything out in the most gentle way that's not supporting you anymore. Good. Feeling just a little bit like up around your third eye now. Just feels like something almost like hovering around the third eye space. Okay. Just intuitively scan. Feel the need to send just a little bit more Reiki into the heart. So just channeling Reiki into the heart space. Sending just unconditional love into this space. Just gonna send a Reiki symbol into the heart. Seiki. I'm also gonna send this into the crown. Just helping with some balance, emotional, mental, physical. Okay. So I have here, this is such a small piece. Small piece isn't the right word. It's very delicate. So I hope that you can see. It's a piece of Vivianite. It is so gorgeous and so buzzy. Wish you could see it just a little bit better, but it's this really pretty green and blue. And this is actually the stone that can be found growing on corpses, oddly enough. It grows in other places too, obviously, but it's most known for growing on corpses. And I thought I would bring this out because with this time of death, of transformation, this stone is so perfect for helping you navigate each and every stage of that, every decision you have to make, the energy that's going to change in the coming days, how you're going to feel in the coming days. It's so helpful for all of those things. So I'm actually just going to place this pointing into your third eye crown area for just a moment. Just channeling the energy of this Vivianite towards you. And then combing away gently. Anything of a lower vibration. Perfect. This is Moss Agate. This is like, for me, it's like the stone that helps my anxiety. Definitely a very calming, definitely a peaceful stone. I just love this stone so much, from the sea moss portions that are in it, but also the little trails that are part of the agate. Always reminds me that there are multiple timelines that are at play, that we're constantly shifting into these different paths for ourselves depending on the choices that we make every day. And it's all perfect in its own way. So anyway, I brought this out just to send in that energy of peace, that energy of calm, that energy of fluidity, being able to just move through this time with fluidity. So I'm just going to infuse some additional Reiki symbols into your aura with this stone. I suddenly forgot the name of this stone. It is a really beautiful yellow citrine. It's polished citrine. But I brought this out. It's almost like in this really cool geometrical shape. Has like all of these really beautiful facets. I brought this out to give to you before you go. Even if you stay for a couple of days, maybe put this in your pocket. It's going to help with establishing that sense of self, helping you to be able to feel into your own body or into your own heart space anytime that stress might bubble up to the surface. So I'm just going to place this in your hand. Okay. Okay, so just connecting with the under eye area. I was feeling almost like the energy of congestion. So let's just connect with your under eyes. Good. Pushing that congestion out. Perfect. Okay. I have here my rose water, rose cologne. Just gonna place just a little bit in my hands. I'm weave this into your auric field as we fluff it up. Round your back. Very good. Well, I'm gonna go fix your room, okay? Do you want to just rest here for a little bit? Kick back. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna leave you here. Would you like me to lower the lights for you? Okay. It'll be probably like 30 minutes before dinner. So why don't you close your eyes if you want? Perfect. All right, friend. I love you. I'm just gonna be on the other side of this door,